What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for this video where today we have 14 hours of football starting at 9:30. Game's going to be starting very soon. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, the first game of the day is already started, right? We have Vikings, Browns in London, and we have a full slate running all the way through Sunday Night Football. Colts play at 1 p.m. We will be live on this channel for the game. Come hang out. Would love to see you guys in the chat. Had a real good week last week on the stream. Had a lot of fun there. Would like to have another great week here on the stream as the Colts play the Raiders. So going into this one of the stories is A.D. Mitchell. What happened last week? Obviously, Colts lose to the Rams. Could have won that game if not for the mistakes of A.D. Mitchell, right? Now, of course, if he scores that first touchdown, the game probably plays out a little bit differently, but nonetheless, 14 points off the board because of A.D. Mitchell, right? So when you look at it, the talk of the week has been, what are the Colts going to do with A.D. Mitchell? And Shane Steichen has been very non-committal on what's going to happen with A.D. Mitchell, where they're going to go with him, right? It looked like Alec Pierce was going to play, and then midweek it looked like Pitt might be out. Turns out Pitt's in, Pierce is out. Well, A.D. Mitchell seemingly would be the next man up. He's gonna have a chance again. He's gonna have a chance for redemption, and that's what I'm hoping for as we come up to the game on 1:00. But what Jeremy Fowler said is very interesting. Now, Jeremy Fowler did come out with an article this week about Anthony Richardson, saying something about going somewhere where he has a good play caller. That was never said. Those are Jeremy Fowler's words and the things that he's thinking. Obviously, Shane Steichen has proven in his different stops in the NFL that he is one of the better play callers in the NFL, one of the more creative play callers in the NFL. So what Jeremy Fowler said was kind of ridiculous from that regard. So kind of taking this with a grain of salt myself, but there definitely has been talk about what's going to happen with A.D. Mitchell. So Jeremy Fowler says, after two costly mistakes last week, Colts wide receiver Adonai Mitchell is expected to be active, but in a limited role Sunday versus Las Vegas, per sources. Veteran Ashton Dulin could see more snaps in the team's third receiver spot. Now, that not necessarily surprising when you talk about the block that A.D. Mitchell got called for a holding on. Ashton Dulin is an incredible blocker, right? And Ashton Dulin, he has top-level speed as well. Still to this day, he is incredibly fast. So my thoughts would be that on running plays and play-action plays, we're going to see more Ashton Dulin than we're used to seeing. And it's going to be less snaps this week than it was last week for A.D. Mitchell. But I still expect to see A.D. Mitchell on the field. Probably more of a 50-50. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be more of a 50-50 split with Ashton Dulin rather than having Ashton Dulin then play that wide receiver 4 role. It's going to be like wide receiver 3, A and B, right? That's my assumption. What I would do coming into this game, A.D. Mitchell, so he honestly probably like the things that he does like as a receiver, like probably the most talented receiver we have in terms of the route tree, the release, the way he can separate. He has the speed. Right now, of course, last year there was different problems with not selling out to go for certain balls, not always being having reliable hands. This year, I think he's been much better. I think he's sold out to get a couple. I think his hands have been on point. As far as I can remember, he hasn't dropped the ball, right? And again, he usually plays in a limited role anyways because Alec Pierce is there, right? He's our wide receiver 4, but when he does get on the field, he generally sees a decent amount of targets for how much he's on the field. So I think keeping him off the field is not the right answer. He's too talented. He's with Alec Pierce out, like he's going to stretch the field in ways that nobody else on the team is going to be able to do without Alec Pierce being there. Ashton Dulin, with his speed, can keep the defense honest on those play actions, right? Where he looks like he's setting up for a block, or teams might think because Ashton Dulin's on the field, we're going to be running the ball, and Ashton Dulin can release and get past the guy. But and don't get me wrong, Ashton Doolin has made plays. He's gotten the ball in his hands in different parts of his career, right? Getting hit on a slant or getting hit on a post and being able to break a tackle because he's very tough. He's very strong, and being able to break away and run away from people. Like, he's very capable. I'm not taking anything away from Ashton Doolin. I'm just saying A.D. Mitchell, I think it's the wrong move to keep him off the field, and I think this is the perfect opportunity, right? Back-to-back weeks. He just came off of a really tough game for what happened, right? 3 catches for, 96 yards, I believe is what it was. So overall, like, had a good game, just had the mistakes that take over the good that he did, right? The bad overtook the good. And so coming into this week, just 1 week later, I think it's a perfect opportunity to instill some confidence, to get them in that mindset of you got to move on, right? We're going to move on from it. They've all said we believe in him. We believe in his talent. So show us in the game, right? So for me, I'm hoping we see an A.D. Mitchell redemption story. Okay, going into this Raiders game against a defense that I think we're going to be able to take advantage of in different aspects, and I think A.D. Mitchell can be a big part of that. So, like I said, probably going to be a little bit of more of a 50-50 split with Ashton Doolin and A.D. Mitchell. How much of a limited role is he really going to be in? I don't know if it's going to be like limited to what he normally does as a wide receiver 4. I think, again, 50-50 split seems about right. I'd like to see A.D. Mitchell come out, have a good game, be able to get the ball in his hands, be able to make a play, get him in the end zone would be a good confidence booster, of course. You'd like to get everybody in the end zone. I want to see Jonathan Taylor score. I want to see Michael Pittman score. I want to see Josh Downs score, right? I want to see Tyler Warren score. And honestly, for my predictions for this game, I think we could easily score 5 touchdowns in this game or more, so that could very well happen. But nonetheless, I just hope we give A.D. Mitchell the opportunity to right his wrongs. Right, he's got a great mentor and a great wide receivers coach in Reggie Wayne, somebody who's been there, done that, and so I think. And, Reggie wasn't perfect when he first came in the league, right? He ended up, of course, being what is eventually going to be a future Hall of Famer. But Reggie didn't come into the league as a polished receiver. He came in and made his own mistakes and learned through it and grew through it. And we kept him on the field through any sort of mistakes that he may have had. So I think getting him on the field, getting AD on the field is going to be important. I think getting the ball in his hands at different points is going to be important. Daniel Jones, for the most part, has made really good decisions. He's going to go where he needs to with the ball. He's not shown any fear of throwing the ball to AD at all, and I don't expect him to at any point. So coming into this game against the Raiders today, just hoping for a good game overall. Obviously, the Colts need to win, so whatever they need to do to win this game is what I want them to do. But I hope AD has a hand in us being able to win this game. I hope to see him have a good game and be able to right the wrongs from last week and really get fans and the media to go back onto his side, right? This is a good kid. He's made some mistakes. He's still young. Let's let him grow through the mistakes. Obviously, didn't get on the field a whole lot last year. Hasn't been on the field a whole lot this year. This is another opportunity to get some experience. So I think what happened last week can be a springboard into the best version of AD that we're going to see, and hopefully we see that today. So I'd like to see what you guys think about, him being in a limited role. Do you think he should play more? Do you think he should play less? What are you thinking with AD Mitchell, where we are now that we're a week removed from last week? What do you think we should do with AD Mitchell today? You let me know down in the comment section. What do you think his stat line is going to look like by the end of the game? And again, hey, what do you think the score is going to be for this game? And once again, please come by the stream. Come hang out with us. We're going to be live at 1 o'clock. So come by, hang out, get in the chat, and let's have a good time today on Sunday. Okay, again, 14 hours of football. You gotta love it, right? So of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime we drop any more content, anytime we go live, whatever the case may be. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video, and as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.